rising to the top. Ragamuffin keeps striving in every way. International, what they call me international. When me ride palm with them and I move with the rhythm and I come down crucial. And me ride palm with them and then we sit down steady. Body me on the place I with the one Jamal ski. We are the general. We sit up on the rhythm and I open the mic incredible. I'm me right palm with them and I move with the rhythm I sit down steady. Every ragamuffin you do off it, rock and follow me. You know you love her for your life. Hey. We jump up on the rhythm, make we ride it. We chat up on the mic and keep it international. Cause anytime we jump on mic, they call we give it a general. International, what they call we international. When me ride palm with them and I move with the rhythm and I come down crucial. And me ride palm with them and then we sit down steady. Body me on the place I with the one Jamal ski.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with another live stream here with Plugin Boutique, as usual. Thanks for joining. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear so I can bring on our guest. Also, let me know if you can hear that little fan I have right to my side because it's a little toasty in here, and I'd like to keep it on, but if it's too noisy, I can turn it off. So... got some people in the chat. John's in the house. WNJITKPY is in the house. We can hear. Thank you, Noville. Peter Jensen, we can hear you. Wonderful. Okay, well, we got a big stream for you today. If you didn't know, Native Instruments just dropped a brand new synth, and we've got one of the lead sound designers from Native Instruments here to check it out and show us around. And his name is Toni. Toni, what's good? How you doing, my friend?
Hey, hi Joshua. I'm good. Hi everyone. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, before we jump in and check out this incredibly sounding and looking synth, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, your relationship with Native Instruments, and what we're going to be doing on the stream today.
Okay. As you said, as you introduced, I'm Toni. With Native since a really long time. Started as a freelancer, employed since a long time, and worked on several great plugins, products, mostly machinist stuff, but also all the things you imagine and know from Native Instruments. And lately, I was responsible for Superstar Saw. I'm taking care that we have dope presets in there, dope demos, and a great product, and that you guys have lots of fun.
Well, it is dope. It sounds dope. Looks dope. Obviously, it was done in collaboration with a big artist. You want to tell us a little bit about that artist and how the collaboration came to fruition?
Oh yes, so it's in collaboration together with AG Cook, and I mean he's known for that kind of synth stuff, synth style, and I joined the project after it was kicked off already. So I can't tell you if he reached out or we reached out. We definitely met at some point, and they shared ideas, and he definitely wanted to have a next level supersaw instrument, and our dear colleague Dave and him just played ping pong with prototypes, with ideas, and then they came up with a really sick supersaw instrument, which you will hear in a second. And yeah, it was a really nice, enjoyable process. I've heard and I can approve it was really nice when I was joining. So it was really nice. It was actually my happy place project the last couple of months and half a year.
Love that. Love the happy place. Well, let's stop beating around the bush and let people hear this thing. I'm going to flip over to your DAW now.
Nice.
Bam.
So, welcome to Superstar Saw. Hey, guys, I'm not a gifted player. I have a little keyboard in front of me. We'll just play stuff. It might sound shitty. It might sound awesome. We will just explore the thing together and enjoy. So, playing a couple of sounds. This is the first sound you will hear when you open it, and let's just explore it. Yeah, stop talking in a minute. No, in a second. But yeah, we have time. Let's go into it. I would just pick some stuff.
It's going to be a good stream when that's the first patch, I'll tell you what. Hey, Tony, before you move on to the next one, I just want to let you know that I've zoomed in on my end on your UI, so the Superstar Saw is really big. But I know that in a moment you're going to want us to see the spectrogram. When that's happening, just remind me so I can shrink it back down so people can see it.
Yeah, as soon as we're getting deep and maybe create a sound together, it's really helpful and not only fancy. But for now, zoom in and enjoy.
Perfect.
So we almost make this a no talking demo. So I will just go through some sounds. Don't fiddle with a lot of stuff, only the morpher to actually give you the experience. Sometimes you can see this in here. I will also use the mod wheel because with each preset you have lots of opportunities to explore, but you can also multiply it by 4 because you have different settings in each corner for the mod wheel. Let's pick another one.
Tony, I'm going to jump in here. Let's do this. Take the UI and move it up just a little bit. And now bring that spectrogram just like right under. Yeah. Yes. There we go. Now we got the best of both worlds.
Awesome. Thank you. Actually, let's hear that with that MIDI together. One thing I experience quite often early is actually, it really depends what you put in. If you're holding a load, if you're doing steps, it can totally different. So when I'm just going through over the pad here, there's actually not much going on. But I bet if I would play different stuff, it changes the delay times, not the delay time, the envelope times and stuff. Let's move on. Maybe something more bassy. Maybe one of my favorites. Let's pick up some more leady stuff.
Yeah, up till now we've just been going through in alphabetical order, haven't we?
Yeah, let's not do that, right?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is it's been amazing for the first 5 presets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's do more, right? We have a lot of time. I also guess you're having. Yeah, let's take some more. Oh,
That's
you know what?
wild.
I forgot the thank you, the most obvious one. One of the really early presets. The team will kill me if I don't play this. Can we stop the stream and start again and starting with this?
Yeah, well, it would have been a good
okay.
shout.
Yeah. And I mean, I think this is a good sound to introduce the morph a little bit, because I had the sound and then I was thinking, okay, how to make it interesting. And you can use the morph for all kinds of stuff. And I mean, this is such an iconic sound, and how to mess with it. Let's see what we have in the different corners. So that's the original, or the init one. What do we have here? A little bit more noise. What do we have here? Full on organ. Phaser, chorus stuff. So let's have a journey through the pad while just holding the note. I was cheating a little bit. Joshua, I was also using the mod wheel. I think in that corner it brings in the LFO.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, otherwise I couldn't sleep tonight. So maybe let's check my list if there's... Yeah, I think Plasma is another really good one. We do a couple one and then we dive in a little bit deeper, I guess. Oh, that's also nice. So when I was... yeah, I'm a big Clark fan, and I learned that he was using a lot of super saw stuff on his latest album, and I thought, oh, definitely get in that direction with the sounds. And let's see if this is in here. Oh, Isn't it beautiful?
Absolutely. I mean, it's so alive and so different, and you know, I'm already confused as to how some of these patches sound like there's like multiple MIDI sequences being fed into them. It's quite amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's all going on in the swarms we talk about in a minute. Here's another one in that direction. Mod wheel. And I mean, you don't have to go in circles, right? You can also go... Or being totally crazy and automated, or putting a modulator on top. We can do that later on. Should I just keep going, or should we dive deeper?
I mean, I'm enjoying myself. There was a patch I literally remember called Float, which was pretty epic.
Float, let's find it. F.
Should be FLOAT. Was it not in there? Do I have a...
Is it flute harmony?
No.
I probably renamed it. Let me check. One sec.
Oh, I was going to say maybe...
Or was it a different synth? No.
Yeah, no.
Float.
I might have... I had a pre-release version, maybe.
But maybe it was that one? No.
Oh, foam. No, that's it. Foam.
Foam, yeah. So let's go with form. So it doesn't makes that much fun with just holding a note, so maybe let's just play something.
Yeah, I think you need some chords.
Yeah, it has to be chords, because this is a chord, but we have the chords in here, so... Let's move on.
Moving on.
Actually, we have different categories, right? We have the artist category, which we can tackle in a minute. This is, of course, some stuff from A.G. Cook and his friends. Basses. I think this is a nice bass. I mean, super saws, right? You can use them for everything. Of course, you think about trance stuff immediately, but there's so much more. I think that's a nice bass line here. Let's check this. Oop, 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 oop. And what else? We have some lead sounds. We've been there already, but let's go in. Let's grab something random. That sounds familiar, right? He's happy, not happy. Here's some pads. Do I have some of them in my favorite list? One sec. Plasma. I talked about plasma, but we haven't heard it. So P. And since we are at P, let's actually use Plushy, which is also a really good example. There you go.
It's wild.
Yes. What do you think? Should we go a little bit deeper or just going on?
Let's get into it.
Had to do one more. There are so many, and I missed a lot of good ones. I mean, this is great here as well. Sorry. Cool. You know what? Let's load the init patch and have a little run through and maybe create a preset by on the way. Is that cool for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to do it. Well, to watch you do it anyway. Well, before we jump in, why don't I just take this opportunity to say, if you've got any questions, shoot them over in the chat, and we'll try to get them answered live on the stream. Tony's one of the best people to answer your questions, so now is a good opportunity for you. And also, I've been gifted the power to maybe give away a couple of copies towards the end of the stream, maybe in the middle of the stream. You don't really know. You got to hang out. You got to be active in the chat, and maybe that will come up in a little bit. But segue aside, why don't you go ahead and jump back into it, Tony, and show us how to get a patch going.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole this is here, this is that. We just start, right? I mean, the center is the morpher, but you also need to create content and a foundation to morph stuff. And if you start, I would suggest to start with the swarms. The swarms are oscillator banks. Joshua, if it gets too nerdy, just stop me. But I try to keep it short. So, oscillator banks. So it all starts with a sawtooth wave. Of course, I'm not a native speaker, and I'm so scared to bring up like a toothbrush or anything whatever saw related to sawtooth. So okay, we have that here, and the fundamental saw oscillator is this, right? Super exciting. Not really, but if you actually mess it up and add more to them, it gets exciting. So what we have here, as I said, the foundational saw, but also the additional swarm you can add. For now, it's just one additional, so I can blend between both of them. Let's just reset, by the way, here's reset. So we blend between the fundamental and the additional one. If I go in the center, we hear both. If I'm increasing the amount of additional oscillators, you can go up to 16. So just by going up here, nothing happens, but the level comes up a little bit. So the magic happens if we spread each of the oscillators or swarm particles. Okay, now I push it to the extreme, but if we are a little more subtle, maybe let's stay to 12 or something. You have like a more enjoyable sound, but we want to go nuts in this call, right? I mean, let's ignore the retrigger, so I'm switching off the retrigger. The retrigger actually forces all the settings and all the spread stuff. I explain what the spread stuff is in a minute. Resets with each no trigger, right? So if we switch it off, they are free running and a little bit more random. So and what we do with the spread, we actually spread all these different voices across the spectrum. What you can see in our spectrum, but also in the little display here. So the higher the dots, or the wider they're spread upwards from the fundamental. So we can actually listen to.
It's like slightly detuning them, right?
Exactly, not slightly. Totally detuning them, right? Have a look here. If we just go here, we have all 16 in the same tuning. And then see what happens in the spectrum when I spread them. So they're going into almost noise territory and finding a random slot or space in the spectrum upwards. But the cool thing is we can not only go upwards in the spectrum, we can also go left-right to spread them in the stereo field. And have a look in this little display here as well. And of course you will hear it. Cool. And what we also can do, we can actually play with that, flip it, but we can also, for now we just got upwards from the fundamental, but we can also mirror this whole thing, and then we have a lot more bass in here. So it still sounds like a horror movie, but there will be some magic in a second. So I will just not getting deep into those, but you have actually a tab to modulate the pen. You can bring in the amount of modulation from this little motion LFO. And you have the same thing for the amp. You can actually tilt between, you can actually see what's going on really good. So the center is always the stereo field center, right? And on the y-axis, you have the more far away you're from the center, the higher the notes, and the closer to the center, you have the original note. So if I'm actually going down with spread, you see them moving down to the center. The more I spread, the farther they move away. Same with so, and then you can actually shift tilt them a little bit. So now the center is higher notes. If I'm flipping it, the lower notes are more audible. Cool. The mix thing I mentioned, the motion thing is I think self-explanatory. Yeah, you know what I want to say. Yeah, and then these are, let's say, more utilities, but really helpful for creative stuff. By the way, I just pressed Command and clicked on a parameter. That brings it back to the default setting. But if we play with the pitch tab here, we can force these random swarm oscillators, which are across the spectrum. We can actually force them to do different stuff. So now we can quantize them to semitones. So I just play something and then increase this parameter here. Cool. It sounds a little bit more controlled, right? But we can also now they're just locked in semitones on chromatically, but we can force this whole thing into, on top here, into key and scale. So now let's say, C is fine, major is fine, let's just hear the difference. Without quantization. So there's already a difference, but we can go deeper. By the way, if you have a question, just let me know and interrupt me.
Okay.
So we quantized these little swarm oscillators, but we can do even more. We can also force them to go in different chord modes. Let me do that now. So by enabling the chord mode, you just only adding a second octave on top. Another one, and you can see really good in the display what's going on. So 3 octaves, and now you're getting into chords. So we have like fourth, fifths, and so on. They're still forced to C major, so let's switch it off. So we just hear regular chords without forced into a key or scale. And let's move on. Detuning is always good, right? And let's bring in the motion thing. As you already imagined, so this motion was for the amp, this was for pen, this will be the pitch motion.
That's where you're getting that like arpeggiating sound from.
Exactly. And now all of the swarm particles actually getting the same phase of the oscillator. So we're having this up-down oscillator, arpeggiator thing. But we can also change the phase. It will not only look pretty, but it will also sound pretty cool. So let's do this. I will just play a little bit with the swarm and then we move on. I mentioned the retrigger, right? I mean, that looks pretty cool. Of course, looks different with a different phase. If I retrigger, it will sound different because they are forced to be reset before they move in the place where we set it up. So let's have a listen. You guys have a limiter just in case, right? Okay, the difference is not that drastic. We will have probably some example where it's more audible. Yeah, and of course you can lock this into your host and sync it to your host. So you can control the rate a little bit better. So we made quite a lot of settings in here, and we actually like that. Or I like that, and I don't want to ruin it, right? So I need to save this. So now the morpher comes into play, and I'm saving this kind of setting for this pink swarm in that corner. If I'm moving it somewhere else, like here, so the init patch actually has 4 identical settings. So wherever you move, you don't destroy anything. But since we committed to this corner, we can move now from our sound we have to the sound we started with.
So clicking that little like plus, that commits it to that corner.
Exactly, this little capture thing. So if you hover it, it gets a little bigger, and then if you press it, it gets a little bit white, and then you know, okay, it's captured. So and then you can go from the init state. And you can actually follow all the movement also on the parameters, right? So not playing, you just follow, oh, we did the quantization thing, we did change the phase, we changed the chord stuff. Cool. And we can actually go to a different corner and doing random stuff, but we could also just use the random dice here and see how it sounds. Let me know if there's something you like.
That one's big.
Yeah, saw that in your eyes. So let's lock it in to that corner, and then we could actually go from the init one . So this is pretty wild already, right? I mean, what kind of stuff you do with it, if it's for a horror movie, a lullaby, or a club, exactly. You decide. But yeah, let's bring in the green friend here. So we have 2 of those swarms. They're both identical from the setup, so you have the same features. And you can copy one over to the other. So if we really like, let's say, yeah, this is cool, I want to hear that on the green one as well. Let's just port it over by copying it. And then we have the same thing going on here. I mean, I'm fooling you a little bit because we don't hear the green oscillator swarm at all. You have a little mixer here, so you can blend between the green one and the pink one. So now we can hear the green one. And let's say, yeah, that's cool, but I want to have the green one here. So we actually have the green one, same settings. And the pink one here, same settings. By the way, this is all freestyle, so we just see where we go. But let's actually change something. Let's change the tuning. So for both swarms, everything that is pink goes for the pink swarm. Everything that is green goes for the green swarm, right? And these little guys here are the tuning. So let's just detune this green one by an octave. Oh, let's do 2. Maybe a little bit too low. Commit.
Pretty wild.
Crazy, yeah. Maybe let's go here from no. Let's stay here and find something pretty, right? So let's bring in both. And maybe have the green one a little bit more subtle, or just do something else. So we can go from scratch here.
Just reset everything.
Exactly. And then, I mean, no, oh damn, I resetted it. It was so great. So as long you don't commit or capture a corner, you can just move the XY, and then you are back
Good to know.
where we've been before. So resetting it. I mean, this is really handy in that situation, but be careful. It can also happen that you forget to commit, and then damn, you have to go again. This is why you get this little warning here. Hey, you changed something. You want to capture it or not? So let's check where we at. We at the major sevens. Let's look in the same thing. Let's bring them both together. Cool. Let's move on, right? So, I mean, you can also use those dice. Let's see, dices. Let's see what happens here. So you can randomize all the parameters of the synths and see what comes out. So not only the swarm stuff, also the effects.
Oh, so each snapshot can have snapshots of the effects as well.
Exactly. So everything is captured in those corners, from the filter setting, which is down here, from a gain per corner. So sometimes you really have a quiet one, a louder one, and then you want to have equal. If you morph them, you can actually adjust them. The envelope settings and even the modulations. So you can have a totally nuts going on modulation on that side, using the ARP, the LFO, and the envelopes. And here's something else. And then you can even put it one level up on each corner by having a different mod wheel destination.
So the three effects are just those are the three effects you got. There's not like, those aren't inserts where you can change them out.
Yeah, we thought about this, having a lot of cool, fancy extra stuff, but we thought, okay, let's just add the basics, the important ones, because the users will have their special stuff in the chain anyways.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to have it playful, easy go-to, and have a great result, and then make it your own afterwards in the chain. So that was the idea, to keep it simple. Of course, there could be loads of menus with lots of presets and effects, but we just wanted to have a nice playground. And that was also super important for Alex, also having something to explore and play and not getting too geeky. I mean, you can go super deep and super nerdy, but you can also just play with it and having a great time. Since you mentioned the effects, yeah, and I can actually decide, okay, let's listen how it sounds here. That's actually the corner we just randomly created. So I capture it, and then we can adjust the effects here. So let's switch all of them off. You know what? I don't want to have it that long with the release. By the way, down here you have an amp release. Which can be velocity sensitive, sync to the host, and you can also copy that to the mod envelopes. We can do that later. So let's check the effects. You always want to have more, of course. Let's move on to the delay. I mean, they are not special but handy, but we tried to come up with a set of parameters which are really useful and bring you to cool results in a short time, right? So we have ping pong mode. feedback. Let's bring it in a little bit more. And a tone control. So it gets almost like metal-ish because we have a really short time and a long feedback. So let's switch off the sync, then we can be even more extreme. And of course, this can also be modulated, right? So we commit to this sound here, and let's just overwrite the sound we had here, but changing the time here, and let's see how this sounds. I mean, nothing fancy, but quite cool sound by just playing with the reverb. So maybe let's make it more wet. Last but not least, reverb. Yeah, and all the movements can also be captured here. So let's say we have it really long and wide, and short and small. Maybe a longer decay. And both together. Yes, next page. The modulation I talked about. So for now, nothing is modulated apart from the motion LFO we used. But let's start with another init or from scratch. By the way, there's also a little shortcut here. So if you're deep in the presets or in your user presets or wherever, just press the init and then you're back to the init.
Love that.
And yes, so all the magic is gone, but we can create more. So let's stick to this simple sound and modulate the filter maybe. So as I said, down here is the filter. It's one filter for all the sounds because it's treating all the swarms at the same time, but you can actually bypass swarm A or B here over here. And you have the usual suspects parameters, and then you have these attenuators. I hope that's the right term. And then you can actually decide how much the modulator, in this case the LFO, goes either upwards or downwards, right? So and then we have this set up to the filter, and now we can mess up with rates. We can also sync it to the host. We can change the shape. We can have poly. So, and as I said, it can also be, let's capture this in that corner and here as well, and then just have a different setting, maybe with faster LFO. So this is really a lot of modulation, I would say. So you can also bring it down a little bit in that corner. So we're having and yeah, if you beef it up with a delay, cool. Then the same principle goes for the envelopes, right? If you maybe want to open the filter over time, or change the rate of the mod envelope, motion LFO.
Are you just clicking on the arrow there and then clicking on the parameter you want to
Exactly.
add?
Exactly. Another cool thing is if nothing is selected, like this, you see these little dots on stuff where it is actually assigned. So there's a dot on the frequency, and you know, okay, it's a pink dot, a purple dot, so it needs to be assigned to the LFO. Oh, there's a yellow one. This is envelope 1, and you can actually have a lot of them. So let's assign this as well, and this as well, and this as well.
Oh, go crazy.
Just to show you, okay, a lot of stuff is going on here.
Yeah.
Cool. Pitch wheel, mod wheel, I think that's obvious. There's one really interesting page we should actually cover as well, and then we maybe creating some sounds. So is there a question, by the way?
I haven't really seen too many pop up, no.
I hope that's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, people are
okay.
excited about it, but Connor hasn't sent me any, but he will as they come out.
All good, all good. You have some global settings here in the voice pad tab. Of course, switching between monophonic and polyphonic. You have legato on off. And you have glide, so you can actually glide between different notes, right? But as you already heard, it's also working in poly mode. So all the notes, the voices are gliding into each other based on the setting, right? So if I have a really long, let's play a note, and bringing in another one, another one. So they're all gliding in, but we can also have different ones. And I can adjust them, I can manually write them by just drawing something. But it gets even a little bit cooler when you tell it, I mean, now they're going linear, but you can also go into the shape tab and tell them, hey, you know what? Go non-linear in that direction. Or in that direction. So these are global settings. You set them once and then you can't capture them in the morpher, but I think that's cool. You can also change them into times or just rate, and then let's just reset it. I think command, and then, yeah, as I said, command on a control brings it back to 0 or to default state. We also can set this whole thing to unison, and this goes for the fundamental oscillator, right? So I'm using the M tab and blending between the fundamental and the swarm particles. So let's go back to the fundamental so that we only hear the sawtooth. And I can turn this in unison mode, detune it, add it a little bit more width, similar to the swarm, but this time only the fundamental is affected. And now we can bring in the whole thing. Woo! Maybe a little bit detuned. Let's also spread the rest. So we are in horror movie territory. Let's just bring it. You know what? I really like this Hirayoshi thing. I'm not sure if I'm spelling it right though. So let's go back. I forgot these guys. You can actually decide how deep the modulation rate of the pitch wheel is. By default, it's 2 semitones, but you can go up to 12 and minus 12. Yeah, let's go back to the morpher and I mentioned the retrigger. Since we switched on everything, it should actually do something now. More audible. It's definitely louder when everything is in unison, so let me just lower it a little bit, or are you guys doing it?
You can do that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm still... No, where is it? Ah, because we're in chord mode. So there's a difference, right? So if I'm detuning stuff a lot, and I have retrigger on, they start from 0 before they're going nuts on their positions. You can see that in the spectrum really well. And switching it off, they're not jumping back. So you can, based on your sound you want to go, if it should be more percussive, you can actually set it up like that. Or more like a pet thing, you probably don't want to do that.
Tony, we got a question, a couple of questions about presets. One is generally how many presets come shipped with the default version there? And if AG Cook had made any presets, and are they labeled? Maybe if we could hear some.
Good questions. And we have over 234 presets in there. No, exactly 234. We plan to do more, and especially artist content. So there's this artist category, and that has sounds from A.G. Cook, Nömek, and Felicitas at the moment, and there will be more. And let me check. So this is definitely an A.G. Cook sound. Let's actually, let's play something here and then. Then we have more. So when you are in a category and you're just using up and down, you always will circle in that category. So now we are all listen to artist sounds. He really likes to have a nice, or he really likes to fuck up stuff, right? And then turn it into something beautiful by just putting it in the right place. He knows how to do it. I'm failing on that all the time. I'm trying sometimes just one note or chord just to see, oh, what fits. By the way, if you load these sounds in Machine or Complete Control, you have a little bit more overview because you can also see the tags. Because this is now under the artist category, but in Machine or Complete Control, this will be an effect sound. So you know, okay, this is what to expect. So probably not a beautiful pad. Bounce bass should be a bass. Let me just adjust the level again.
That's cool.
So what you hear the whole time is that's actually the fundamental. If we just blend into the swarm. Oh, I was wrong, sorry. I thought that's fundamental. But as you can see, the oscillator swarm is on 0. That's why you hear it the whole time. Then it's probably the green one. No, it's the pink one. Ah, blue dots, pink dots, purple
blue
dots, mod wheel. So let's reload the sound, play something. So in this sound, it's really crazy. So you have these 2D area, and then you can actually go into a third, probably a wrong analogy, but you know what I mean. You can do it in different areas per corner. Let's move on. That's another effect sound. You definitely could, or you definitely can hear that in the transition of an A.G. Cook song, I'm pretty sure. Bass face.
We got a question from Peter Jensen, and they're wondering, can the morpher in the middle be assigned to MIDI hardware for performance?
Yes. Shall we, I mean, I don't have hardware here, but what I really like to do is, I mean, you have MIDI CC, right? And a nice little trick I'd like to do is, are you still zoomed in, or are you showing the whole GUI?
We're pretty zoomed in. What do you want me to do? Zoom out?
Okay. Yeah, because I'm using some Ableton stuff, but you can probably use something similar. So what I'm doing now, using this expression control, and control the X and Y axis of the morpher. And then every stroke, it jumps on a different position.
Oh, nice.
And this is something you can definitely do with hardware or any MIDI controller. What's kind of nice is you can also play with rise and fall, so it slowly drifts into that situation position. And of course, this is effect sound, so let's use maybe like a pad or something. Of course, it will never be the same, right? So you better hit record, or you record the XY movement. But this is really cool to find something unique. Or when you have a more percussive sound, there's the effect Super Rubber. I really like, so I only played with the delay and reverbs. So the sound you actually hear is just I'm filtering, I'm feeding the filter with the resonance and then going nuts with the effects, and it goes a little bit like this without the automation or the random automation. So nothing fancy, let's bring it in. And then actually I'm just playing with the delay stuff. Let's try some more. Oh, the dentist is really mean, but that doesn't, I mean, is this a, do we need a trigger warning? So maybe that reminds you of your last dentist visit. I mean, it's super versatile, I would say. You can do scoring stuff, effect stuff, IDM, EDM, pop, of course. So it's a really fun machine. I'm really looking forward to use it for my own stuff as well.
Well, I think, I mean, that was a pretty robust coverage of what I assume to be everything in the synth. Was there anything else you wanted to cover?
I mean, maybe just a tip or recommendation. So if you like a sound or don't like a sound, just try to feed it with a different kind of MIDI or different context. Sometimes you play a chord, it sounds boring on that sound. If you have a different sound, or you stay to that sound, and as soon you play something percussive or short, steppy sounds, it will sound totally different. So it's really a wonder. We call it Wundertüte. It's really a surprise bag from time to time. So it's really fun, and it sparks a lot of creation and ideas, at least on my end.
Nice. Love that. Well, thank you so much for showcasing the instrument. I've lost you. That's my fault. 1 second. Boom. There we go.
I'm still here.
Yeah. No. I just it's time for the giveaway, so I'm doing some weird stuff behind the scenes. What do you say we give a copy away to one lucky viewer?
Yes. You pick them.
So I've got a program running, and the program will pick them. And all they need to do is type in plugin boutique, all one word, capital P, capital B, and they will be entered to win. How's that sound?
That sounds awesome. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Let me see. Boom.
In the meantime, thanks for having me. I'm really thankful for sharing this with you, and I mean the whole team is excited. And yeah, I hope you guys are too.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for coming through. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely loving the synth. Connor loves it. If you need more, check out Connor's video. Connor, if you want to throw the link to that in the chat. And what I'm going to do is flip over to the desktop. And here we go.
Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. We're just going to give people about 30 seconds. I don't know if you want to play another preset or two while people are typing in plugin.
Sure. I like this. This is really current. So let's have something nice as well in the meantime.
Oh, that's nice, that one.
Let's explore other corners.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I'm about to hit choose a winner. So one lucky person is going to get a copy of Superstar Saw, the brand new synth from Native Instruments. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam. What do we got here?
Okay.
Low Maximus Music. Low Maximus Music. Congratulations. You are the winner of the brand new synth from Native Instruments in collaboration with
Congrats.
AJ Cook.
Do I need to read out the serial now? Joking.
Nice. Thank you, Toni, for coming through. You've really showcased the instrument and what it has to offer. The THX sound effect blew my mind. Any final thoughts before we wrap up the stream?
No, I mean, cheesy words, be creative, have fun, enjoy the process, and yeah. Stay creative and awesome. Thank you so much.
Nice. All right. The winner, whoever it was that I called out, please email support at Plugin Boutique with your name, a screenshot of you logged into your account here on YouTube, and they will get you sorted with a copy of this incredible synth. For everybody else, go click the link in the video description to check it out. As usual, I'm Joshua Kasper, and I will see you in the next stream. Peace.
message. To the top, ragamuffin keeps striving in every way. International, what they call we international. When me ride palm rhythm in the move, but the rhythm and I come down crucial. And me ride palm rhythm and then we sit down steady. Body me on the place, I with the one Jamalski. We are the general. We sit up on the rhythm and over the mic incredible. I'll be right behind the rhythm, move the rhythm, I sit down steady. Every ragamuffin you do, I feel rock and follow me. Cool, you know you love her for your life. Make we jump up on the rhythm, make we ride it right. We chat up on the mic and keep it international. Cause anytime we jump on mic, they call we give it a general. International, what they call we international. When we ride palm rhythm and I move, but the rhythm and I come down crucial. And we ride palm rhythm and then we sit down steady. Body me on the place, I with the one Jamalski. Right.